Mary Gore, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me, Codie.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. So Mary Gore is a good friend. She's a comedian and a mum.
Yeah.
How else would you describe yourself?
No, that's perfect. That's
Yeah.
it. I don't have anything else going on.
Do you describe yourself as a writer?
Listen, I find it difficult to actually sit down and write. I think most of my jokes come from me rage cleaning the house on a Saturday.
And what, you say something funny and then you just record yourself saying it?
I'll think of the funny thing and run through it multiple times in my head.
Nice.
And then if I have it right, then I might write it down. But which is insane for a stand-up comedian to say they don't like writing stuff down.
I feel like it's not that uncommon. Hey, I feel like a lot of people now use the voice notes when they're driving. They think of something funny and then try and record it when they're driving.
Yeah, I've tried to do that on the way home from gigs because if you have a good gig and on the way home you're like thinking, really, really good stuff, and I've tried recording myself and I listen to it the next day.
Yeah. And you don't find it funny at all.
None of that.
Yeah.
None of that will work, Mary.
Are you worried when you pull your phone out in the car? Because I'm getting good now I'm not encouraging this at all, but looking up at the cameras to see if there's any cameras up there. I'm not talking about when I'm driving, but when I'm stopped at the traffic lights.
When you're stopped,
I'll get my phone out just to record a voice note, but I'll check for phone cameras before I do that.
Codie, I don't know if you know this, but I'm actually rich, so I have Apple CarPlay.
Okay. I thought you were going to say I'm an undercover cop and you're fucked.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'm here. I've heard you've been recording notes on your phone.
Talking about heaps of legal stuff. So what does that mean? So you say, hey, Apple, record this voice note for me?
No, you can just Apple CarPlay is already on there, and you can go into whatever app you have on the screen.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You can't get into trouble
I
for
got
that,
that as well. I'm not that rich.
No, neither am I. I have 3 kids, Codie. I'm definitely not rich.
How long have you been doing stand-up comedy for?
I think about 2.5 years now, but I started off really slow.
Yeah, I remember I was at your first ever gig, I think.
Yeah. I done 3 minutes.
I loved it, yeah. It was Dan Cronin's gig?
Yeah.
Out in Ipswich somewhere?
Yeah, he's the one, because I used to work with Dan. And I'd mentioned I wanted to do stand-up comedy, and he says, I do a charity night. Come and do 3 minutes. And the worst thing about it is it was a room full of people that I work with.
Yeah. But you actually went really well that night.
It was good. I think I'd done 3 minutes.
When he said, I have a colleague, he announced it on stage, I have a colleague that wants to give it a try, I was thinking, this is going to be dog shit. This is going to be horrible. Because you can imagine now that you've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
If you were in that context, you'd think, this is going to be racist and homophobic. And
But
you fucking killed. And it was very funny.
Oh, thank you.
I feel like you have just gone up and up and up since then.
Yeah, from there I went and done Brat Pack the year that Meg Yeager won it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was
Did
the
Meg
same
win
year as
it?
Ben Hunter as well.
Or did Ben win it?
Meg won, and Ben was People's
Oh,
Champion.
Meg, yeah. So I done it that year, and I look back at that set now, and I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, really? What don't you like about it?
Terrible. A lot of shouting.
Okay. That's funny. Works for Dave Hughes.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be freaking making enemies on this podcast.
He shouts.
Yeah.
No, I look back at it, and some jokes that I thought would be funny were more aggressive than
Yeah, okay. Well, at least it was not the problematic,
No.
Because I have wanted to do stand-up for 15 years.
Yeah.
And I didn't start until I was 28. And I look back at some of the jokes I wrote when I was 18, 19, 20 and go, I'm freaking glad that I never said any of this publicly.
You were racist back then, were you?
No, not necessarily, but I very uneducated, and I think a lot of things that I wrote down were problematic. And now I know better, and I have educated myself on the political climate.
Mine would have been, I looked back, because I kind of done the same thing when I had my first daughter. I started to write jokes. That was 8 years ago. But now I look back at them jokes and a lot of fat shaming, Codie. A lot of fat shaming.
But you're self-deprecating sort of stuff though? Or?
A little bit of other stuff, but yeah.
Sure, okay.
Now I look at that and I'm like, oh, that's me. And that's
Yep.
I should not say that.
What else have you been up to this week? You're starting a new job, did you say?
I've started a new job.
Nice.
Listen, it's good. I'm excited about it. There's 8 weeks of training in it.
Yep. And are you still in that period or?
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll be now into the third week.
Yeah.
I don't do well in a classroom setting.
Sure.
Spent a lot of my childhood avoiding school.
Yep.
Like I spent the whole day. I was supposed to be in school under the bed one day. That's how much
Did your parents know you were under there?
No.
They thought you were at school.
They thought I was at school.
Nice. Were they home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them
God,
was.
that
Yeah.
would've been
My mum was at home. My dad was at work.
Yeah.
So
And did you sneak out from under the bed and then temporarily go under every time you heard them coming up the stairs? I don't know why I thought you had stairs. Was it a 1-story or a 2-story?
we don't really have many 1-stories
Okay.
in Ireland. Yeah. But yeah, I hid under the bed. Then as soon as she went grocery shopping, I'm like down making a sandwich.
Nice.
Back up
That's
into the
risky,
room.
Though. What if she comes home and she's like, what the fuck? What age were you?
Oh, maybe about 11.
Yeah, okay. That's impressive too, sandwich, not chips or not like ice cream. But actually making some good decisions as well.
She had 7 kids. Codie, I didn't have ice cream till I was about
Yeah.
15.
Oh, shit. And so how often did you wag? Skip school?
I remember getting a report my second year of secondary school.
The teacher
and they
was
never
like, Mary who?
and they never called. You know the way now you'll get like, so I get an email from my son's school to say
Yeah.
he's absent today.
Okay.
Can you please give
but
us a call?
you normally know about it, right?
Yeah, I'd know about it. If I didn't leave, sometimes I'll leave the house 10 minutes before him.
Sure.
And then he'll decide to have an extra nap.
Yeah, or get sick in that next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
What age is he?
15.
Yep.
Yeah, 15.
And do you have to call the absentee line now? When
Yeah.
he's sick?
Yeah, but they didn't have that back then. So I
Yeah.
remember my mum getting the report back. And it was like for the first term. And for the first term, I'd been in 8 days.
Oh my God, yeah. And were you always under the bed or did you ever go shopping?
No,
or?
I'd go and just go and do. I should have just went to school. The amount of effort it took to avoid school. I didn't have money to do anything, so you weren't like going off to the cinema for the day.
Yeah.
Or,
Was she paying for it? Was it a public school or?
oh yeah, no, public school. Nobody goes to private school in Ireland.
Yeah, okay. And small town you were in? Like, did you ever see her in public when you were wagging?
No,
Okay.
no, I knew her schedule.
Yeah.
She's like,
I find that so funny too. Like just the idea of you being under the bed and she's home all day. Like
yeah. She'd be knocking about downstairs.
one time I don't think I was wagging because I was never that much of a badass, but my brother was in charge of calling the absentee line because mum was away or doing something,
Yeah.
maybe shopping, I can't remember. And he called them and said that I had diarrhea, and then he proceeded to giggle, and I hung up the phone, and then that was, I was genuinely sick. I don't think it was diarrhea, but then I hated the fact that they thought I was potentially wagging, you know? Like, anyway,
Call them back.
tell them that I've got something.
Hold the phone up to the door. They need to know this is real.
And so when how long have you been in Australia for now?
Oh, 10 years.
Yep.
No, that's a lie. Maybe about 13 years.
Okay, so you had you said your oldest is 15.
Yeah. So he was nearly 4 when we moved here. Which was hilarious because he had an Irish accent until he went to school. And he was in school about 6 weeks, and we got a letter home saying that we think your son has speech problems. We'd like him to see a speech and language pathologist.
Yep.
And
Does he?
The only
Or it's
question,
just the accent.
the only question I had was, "Is it free?" And they were like, "Yeah." So I was like, "Oh yeah, go ahead." So they done it. They done an assessment and then sent another letter home saying your son has age appropriate errors. For example, other is udder, and 3 is tree. I'm like, that's literally a Dublin accent.
Yeah, what's age appropriate mean? I know what those words mean, but I don't understand it in this context.
You know the way they'll use like they'll throw an extra letter in there that doesn't belong there.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're suggesting that that's the skills of a much younger person.
Yeah, and I rang his teacher and I was like, does the pathologist know that he has an Irish accent? She was like, yeah, no, I don't reckon she did.
That's funny. I love the idea of them not even asking. So anything personal about him? Like, where are you from? Like, they're just straight into trying to fix the... I went to a speech therapist for a long time.
Did you?
Yeah. I think I often get asked if I'm from New Zealand because I think I've got a bit of a lazy language. That's actually really offensive to all New Zealanders. But like...
Okay, still racist.
But yeah, I often joke when people say, oh, are you from New Zealand? I say no, but I think my speech therapist might have been. It's not that funny, but... But I did go to speech therapy for a lot. And... I hated it. I remember crying and screaming and running out one day, and Mum never took me back.
Oh.
Now in hindsight, like being a stand-up comedian, it would have been really beneficial for me.
I don't want to go. I want fish and chops.
Oh, that's funny.
They're like, yeah, we probably shouldn't send them.
Yeah.
Eva.
What's your favourite TV show? Do you watch much TV?
Yeah,
I do. When do you watch it? When they're at school? No, you've got a freaking full-time job.
No, I've got a full-time
and you do stand-up comedy at night. How the fuck do you have time to watch TV?
I stay up way too late. I stay up insanely late. Like I'll go to work on like a 4-hour.
Yeah, I'm like that as well.
Just so I could watch Walking Dead.
How detrimental do you think that is to your relationships at work?
I don't know. I feel like I've gotten used to minimal sleep.
Yeah.
I actually feel worse if I go,
too
right,
much.
I need to have a solid 8 hours. If I have that solid 8 hours, I'm...
Too pleasant to be around.
Oh, I'd never be that. Never. Are you joking? No.
You feel lethargic or something?
Yeah, I just feel really tired then, whereas maybe the old 4 hours just keeps me a little bit alert.
Yeah, I've always been like sleeping off 4 hours sleep as well because I do the stand-up comedy, but then I wake up at 3 to go swim coaching. So I'm kind of similar to you, but I attribute that to the fact that I can't keep a job for more than 2 years and all of my personality flaws.
Yeah.
It might not be anything to do with that, but it's nice to be able to have an excuse for something.
Yeah, you swim teacher. I can't swim.
Do your kids swim?
Oh, listen, they've never done lessons, but I feel like they've learned on their own. Especially like the 15-year-old can swim now, but I didn't
Just
pay.
Happened somehow.
I didn't pay for that.
Did they do school swimming or?
Yeah, they do like a little block of school swimming, which is handy. But yeah, I think the 15-year-old can definitely swim.
Nice.
8-year-old, but 5-year-old definitely not. She shouldn't.
I've become a bit of a swim coach to like the comedy stars, the Brisbane community.
Oh, really?
So like I used to teach Bron's kids when she lived in Brisbane.
Oh, yeah.
And I've had a lesson with Anissa, and that's pretty much it, really.
Can Anissa not swim either?
She was modest. She did much better than she thought she would.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But I'm trying to do a few more with her. So, so if you're ever interested, let me know. Maybe that's what the podcast is, just me
trying to get
promoting my swim school. But also, you might have noticed I didn't name the podcast at the start of the episode.
Yeah.
So I don't have a name for it yet.
All right.
So I thought maybe I've been asking guests to come up with a name for me, outsourcing, and at the end of season 1, I can just pick the name that I thought was the best. So maybe at the end of the episode, you can give me what you think the podcast should be called.
All right. Okay.
Not too much pressure. If it's shit, then I won't use it.
It's gonna be shit.
And then also you got to name the episode as well because I'm lazy.
Okay.
The podcast you got to name and the episode. I think we're almost pretty much at that time of the podcast where we pull out 3 things from the hat.
Oh yeah.
And this could be topics. I just Googled 50 talking topics and printed them off, and some of them were real shit. But I still put them in the hat anyway.
Haven't named the podcast. Don't know what the episode is called. Googled sometime.
Yeah, don't know what we're going to talk about.
Right. Okay.
I did write a list for you today, just in case I had a mental blank. I wrote down 3 things that for you. Do you do this with people? I write down talking topics, especially with people that I'm nervous to see. So I wasn't that nervous to see you.
No, I like to just
go with it.
Have an awkward silence.
Yeah,
if I
you don't
can't
mind an awkward silence. I don't mind it for a lot of people, but people that I'm nervous to meet, I'll have talking topics on my phone, and then I'll whip that out.
Happens to me a lot in the green room.
Yeah, okay.
I'm either the loudest one there, or I'll just
sit in the corner.
Just look at people. I'm like, hey, Mary. I'm like, I go, hey, how are you? And then there's nothing after that because I just don't.
Yeah.
I'm not being mean.
Yeah.
I just don't have anything in me.
It's because you're watching too much TV at night.
I see The Walking Dead. It's good. So many seasons.
All I wrote for you was actually 2 of these things are
Sexist.
well, mum. You're more than a mum. Hilarious. And then don't worry about it. I wrote kids because I thought I have kids, you have kids. I thought that could be a talking point.
Yeah, no.
We didn't talk that much about the kids today. I got another kid on the way. Did I tell you?
Do you?
Yeah.
How many is that now?
I'm going to have 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've got 1, then we're having another one.
And that makes 2.
Just the way that I said I'm going to have 2, mate, it sounded like I was going to have twins.
No.
Yeah.
I know what you meant.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, don't have 3.
No, definitely not.
No,
I
cheers.
couldn't imagine that.
Listen, the youngest one is mental.
Yeah.
I've started now to write down things that she says.
What age is she?
5.
Yeah, okay. Tell me.
I've started to put into notes things that she says. So she woke up from a sleep the other day.
Yeah.
She was like, oh my God, I slept for so long. I don't know where my iPad is. Like, that's a gauge.
Sorry, did you say she's... I feel like I've got a real bad memory. 3 years old?
5.
5, okay.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
What did you say to that?
I was like, oh. You must have really had a hard sleep if you can't remember where the iPad is.
Last night, my son, I was putting him down. I put him down most nights now. But last night, the fan was on in his room. And he goes, Daddy, what's that noise? And I was tired. I didn't even answer him, to be honest. And he's like, Daddy, what's that noise? Is it the fan or is it the dishwasher? And then I didn't answer him again. It's because I was putting him down. I was like, I don't want to engage conversation. It's going to keep him awake. And then he said, Daddy, is that noise the fan or the dishwasher? You choose. And I'm like, that was the funniest I've ever heard.
Yeah, pick one.
Yeah, like...
I don't care if you're lying, pick one.
Yeah.
I need an answer. Which one is it?
You choose was so funny to me.
I'll keep this shit going all night. I will.
I'll list all the machines that we have in this house.
Yeah, they're good. My one the other day says, I need a shower. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, my armpits smell like chicken nuggets.
That's pretty good. Did they have chicken nuggets that day?
No.
Okay.
Just something she
You're the
does.
guest. Would you like to choose the first topic?
Oh, yeah, okay. Role models.
Oh, nice. Do you have role models?
Do I have? I don't know.
Are you into self-help books? Do you read much?
Oh, listen, no.
Okay.
Don't.
Know
No.
that you're not into self-help books and know you don't read much.
Yeah, both of those
Okay.
things. I've tried to read, what's the last book I tried to read? The myth.
What's the last book that I read? What's the last book I tried to read?
Yeah, no, I haven't finished one.
Sure.
The myth of being normal.
Yeah. Is that about impairments like ADHD and things or?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's about what we think is normal.
Sure, okay.
Is out the window. And
Yep.
listen, I'd like to tell you the rest, but I didn't
I
fucking
reckon
read
people
it.
who are reading that book probably are the sort of people that don't finish books very often.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it? Obviously not that much.
No, it's not that it wasn't good.
Walking Dead's not going to watch itself.
Yeah, those episodes. There's so many seasons of Walking Dead. There's like 12 seasons.
Yeah.
I've been watching it for a year.
Do you watch it with your kids?
It's about
Yeah, it's full on, eh?
Yeah, it's about
Some parents
zombies and
are full-
stuff.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. No. My kids would, they'd freak out. Didn't finish that book, so no, I don't read a lot.
Yeah. I don't know why I asked that question when the topic is role models.
Yeah. I tried to read, I got like, the book that I've read most of is Andrew Hamilton's book.
Oh, yeah? Wow. Yep.
Yeah.
The prison one.
Yeah.
Very funny comedian who
Yeah.
went to jail. Yep.
And he's funny in the book.
Yeah.
So I will try finish that one.
Nice.
He's like, it's
He's
short
been
enough.
doing comedy for not that long.
I know.
Like, he did an incredible job at the Melbourne Comedy Festival after only doing comedy for 2 years.
Yeah.
So that's that's awesome.
I often feel like I want to bash people like that,
Yeah.
but then I know that I haven't given it 100%, so
Yeah,
I should just
me too.
I should just stay in my lane.
It is funny. So, role models, Andrew Hamilton, a role model. You'd like
yeah.
to go to prison for selling drugs one day?
I'd like to go to prison for a bit of a break. Could you imagine?
I could, and it does look nice. They got
It
TVs
looks-
in their own cell and stuff. I think we'd sort of miss their kids a little bit though, potentially.
Yeah, no, that makes one of us, Codie.
Have you got role models in comedy, or even just life?
I think in comedy, I probably look up to Bron a lot.
Nice. She's a role model of mine too.
Is she? Yeah. Yeah, she's
Why is
good.
she a role model?
I think the way she's made a plan, solid plan, this is what I'm doing, I'm going to do it, and just stuck to it, and
Yep.
then has remained
Focused.
focused and then like just pretty nice throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. Yes. Actually, that's a good point. I've not thought about that. She is very nice to everyone.
Yeah.
No one would say a bad word about her. Also, she's had a very quick rise,
Yeah.
but she just must be so focused and
She has it as well.
yeah, very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
many kids? Two. She's got 3 kids as
3
well.
kids, yeah, as well.
See, that's a funny thing too, because I'm about to have my second, and I'm like, my comedy days are numbered now, and yet, so yeah, it's very inspiring watching you and Bron doing what you're doing with 3 kids.
Yeah, it's good. It's I'd like to say it's hard, but I'm really passive about stuff.
Yeah.
You know, when even something bad happens, I'm like,
You play it down?
it'll be fine. I don't play it down. I feel like I'm just probably a bit numb to. It's like,
It's probably a good
you know, the
defense
meme.
mechanism.
You know the meme in the background where the house is burning and like someone's just like having a chill day.
Yeah.
It's like you're just so used to shit going wrong.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's fine.
That's interesting because I'm reluctant to talk about this on the podcast because I don't want to shame my little son, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. At least I've said that I'm reluctant, and that
Yeah,
sometimes is as good as
that's enough.
yeah.
You feel a bit bad about it.
Like
That's enough.
2 nights ago, he threw something. I went to the toilet, so unsupervised for a minute, just watching Cars, the movie Cars. You familiar with it? Yeah. And he threw something hard. I think maybe his water bottle at the TV. And my wife's studying uni full time, so she was studying. We ran out. He'd smashed the TV, so it's got this big black thing down the screen now. And I was like, oh my God, what happened? Why did you do that? He's 2.5. And he's like, there's a scary bus on it. Scary bus. I think it was the roller derby kind of, that real, and it is a pretty scary bus, but he's never kind of done that before. It was an interesting moment because I was really pleased with the way that I handled it because it was a $2,000 TV, recently bought as well. And I know that it's not going to be fixable.
You know what's wrong with him?
What?
He hasn't watched Walking Dead.
He does sometimes watch things that I think he shouldn't watch. And I'm like NCIS sort of scene. So I'm like trying to hold his eyes closed for that first. There's always a death in the first couple of minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if we can get past that, he can watch the rest.
Yeah.
But has that ever happened to you? Anything like that, the TV? What do you do?
I think I was spoiled with the first one where he never done anything mental. And then the second one, she was quite wild.
Yeah.
Where she would just draw on most surfaces of the house.
The drawing I can deal with too, because I'm like, we're going to paint this house before we sell it and move anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you fucking draw wherever you want. But then throwing stuff at the TV, I'm like, this is fucked. And I had a gig. As soon as that happened, I had to leave for a gig 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
But as I was driving, I'd already started to accept it. I'm like, he's 2.5 and he's so smart. Like, he knows how bad TV is for us. In 5 years' time, we're going to be looking at this going, he knew what he was doing. Like, he's done us a favour.
That was a big jujustification there, Codie.
Just trying to process it myself.
In
If we get
20
another
years'
TV,
time.
then it's going to be cheap.
Yeah.
My wife wanted to get a cheap one, and we watch a lot of TV. Let's splurge a little bit on this.
Yeah.
And we got another TV on the way, another kid on the way. So I'm like, let's just fucking cheap everything until they're like 20, and then we can splurge again.
Like in 20 years' time when he steals something, it's like he knows
Yeah.
that store has enough of those things.
He's doing them a favour.
He's doing them a favour when it comes to inventory. So thank you very much, Sergeant.
I'll choose the next topic. Favourite movies? I feel like I'm a bit of a cliche when it comes to favourite movies. I'll go like Shawshank Redemption and Forrest Gump and Green Mile and all of the kind of lame ones that people say.
I do. Yeah, they're good ones. They're good ones. What do I
Do you like silly? No, you like Walking Dead.
I like a lot of comedy. No, I like a lot of comedy stuff. Probably not silly stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Who's your favourite actor? That might narrow it down a bit.
Oh, I do love
Or
Will
actress.
Ferrell. I do
Will Ferrell?
love Will
Yeah.
Ferrell. I know he's probably not like the world's best actor.
Yeah, I love him as well. I
he's
feel
good.
the same way about Adam Sandler. Like, if I'm depressed or
Yeah.
sad, I'll just put on a Adam Sandler movie and I'll be like, this is fucking sick.
I love how he has the same actors in every single
Yes,
movie.
it is cool.
Oh, I reckon Happy Gilmore, actually.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore has been one of my favourite
Yeah,
ones.
nice. I like Dumb and Dumber as well and all of those silly ones.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that. Yeah. Netflix has kind of ruined me a bit.
Yeah, I reckon it's ruined my attention span
Yeah.
for watching.
I think also my standard has gone down now as well. Like, I'll watch anything if it's available. Like, I used to have a
High standards.
for choosing movies.
The YouTube kills me. Kids' YouTube and
Yeah.
the shit they watch on YouTube.
Does it affect you though? Because you don't watch it.
No, there I can hear it in the
Yeah, okay.
background.
Yeah.
I can hear it in the background. I'm like, switch it on.
Yeah. Yep. How are you like one of those parents that tries to limit the screen time?
Oh,
I'm trying to do it, but it's tough, eh?
it is. Yeah,
It's so hard
Yeah.
to clean the kitchen because my son's real clingy.
yeah,
Like, I just need you to watch TV so I can do anything else.
yeah. I don't limit it because I'm at work all day. They're
Yeah.
at school, then they're at after school care,
Yeah.
and then they're coming home.
So
I'm
there's
like,
not that much time for them
I'm
to
like,
watch it.
have your iPad.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And also, it's just have your iPad and leave me the fuck alone. Like,
So I can rage clean and write some jokes.
yeah, nice. Because I think we went from watching 2 Disney-length movies a day to trying to limit him to 20 minutes a day.
Yeah.
And that was tough.
Just weaning them off.
Yeah, even me off. Because it's like we have to wean ourselves onto more parenting.
Maybe that's why he broke the TV.
Maybe. Although we thought that he was kind of through that. But anyway, maybe not.
If I can't have it, no one can.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I know what you guys are doing when I go to sleep.
Yeah.
You're watching TV.
I can hear the wow wow of NCIS. Don't be watching murders without me.
That's pretty funny. Oh, shit. By the way, I was going to get you a water. I'm so sorry. Normally I get guests like a bottle of water, but I've had 3 guests today. I shouldn't say that. I've been putting a different t-shirt on for every guest to make it look like it's a different episode. But I normally get a bottle of water and I've not got one of them today. Sorry.
Okay, I'm all right. It's fine.
It's warm in here. It gets warm in here, eh?
No, I'm okay.
You're the guest. You get to choose the third and final topic.
Oh, God.
Looked like you were trying to cheat.
I was a bit, actually. Oh. The venue.
Oh, okay, I guess. You see, I think this is for events. These talking topics from Google that I printed off, I think they're like, if you're seeing someone at an event, these are talking topics that you can talk about at that event. So the venue would make sense in that context, but in this context, less than that. But I guess we can talk about the venue that we're in right now.
Yeah, Sit Down.
Yeah,
Sit Down Comedy Club.
it's good.
It is good. It's
Yeah.
pretty good. It's good to have like a club dedicated to just comedy.
Yeah.
I think we're lucky to have that. We're lucky to have this one and like Good Chat.
Yes.
Where they're just,
2 of the best.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
And they're on the same street.
Oh, yeah, that's incredible. We were driving to this place in Auchenflower yesterday, and I was supposed to get off at Hale Street, and I got off at this Caston Street.
Yeah.
And Rachel's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, oh, it's just habit. So like, I hopped off, and then I'm like, Good Chat that way. Sit down
I'm
that
just
way.
doing a quick 5.
Yeah.
I'm just doing a quick 5. I'll meet you there.
Yeah, but it is an incredible venue. I love it here.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Did you? No, you wouldn't have. You're too good now.
What was that?
I was going to ask if you've done Raw. If you.
I've exhausted my limit. I did it twice, but I made it the state final both times.
Yeah.
And I loved it. Just little brag.
Actually made it. Did anyone, guys? Did you know that I made it to state finals twice?
Oh, they would know. I mention it every episode. But are you exhausted your limit yet? You would have.
No, I think I've done 2.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I've done 2.
I thought you would have. Yeah. Why didn't you do it this year?
I didn't do it this year. I had a bit on. I was changing jobs. And,
Yeah. Fair. Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. But then I feel like it gets to a point
Nah, fuck it. If no one else cares.
You know where people
Yeah.
are looking at you going, what are you doing here?
Yeah. You know what though? Like, if no one else is gonna do it,
Yeah.
you got to do it. That'll be cool.
That's true.
Well, I think that pretty much brings us to the end of the episode.
Cool.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. It was really good.
What do you reckon we should call the podcast?
Oh, God. I haven't been thinking about it the whole time.
Or how about the episode, Codie and Mary? That's what Chris went with. It was a bit boring.
Yeah, let's do that.
Codie and Mary for the episode name.
Yeah. Don't know what to call the whole
Could
ball.
call the episode Parenting 101. So then people will watch thinking they're going to get some good advice.
With a no.
Tricked you.
There's no good advice. Our kids are going to prison. It's fine. One smells like chicken nuggets, the other one's breaking TVs.
And then the episode. No, we did the episode already.
Did the episode.
I originally wanted to call it 3 things, but that's taken because of the 3 things. But also, I'm kind of like thinking, I'm not that into this part of the episode. I'm thinking of phasing the 3 things out of just talking crap the whole time.
Yeah. You could talk. I feel like one thing just leads to another when you're talking shit.
Yeah. This is more for people who there's awkward silences.
Struggle?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Oh God, the name of the thing though. What should you call it? Don't know. Chats with Codie.
Chats with Codie.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's shit. It was fun.
At the end of the season, I'm going to choose the best one. I like Chats
Okay.
with Codie.
Chats with Codie. Codie's corner. Sorry.
I think I've been wanting to. I had this idea recently, but then I'm like, I've already told people that I'm going to choose the guest best answer. But now I'm like, I have a really good name for the podcast, but now I'm not allowed to because of the premise that I've inserted into every episode. But you know how people say, oh, one more thing? I thought potentially, 3 more things could be
Oh, that's a good
kind
one.
of a funny name.
Yeah. That is good.
Just tell the next guest to say that as an answer and then I can.
Yeah, and then you can use it. You're like, oh my God, you had the. Well, you could have fucking told me because I've struggled for 5 minutes sitting here, Codie. Codie's corner.
Codie's Corner's good. Yeah.
That sounds like a kids' TV. You could actually be a kids' TV presenter.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Okay. It's funny
Yeah.
because I think I'd be a terrible MC because of my dry, deadpan energy. But you're suggesting no.
You could do kids' TV.
Go even more than MC and do kids' TV. Yeah. All right. Thanks for joining us.
No worries. Thank you very much for having me.